Hey guys, today we gonna be doing some work on the Mini. I got a few things that I was supposed to change from a while back and never did, like this janky ass oil light feed line right here. If you can see, this is like a JB World I put on there. It hold up for a while, but I'm gonna replace this line. And while I'm in there, I was planning on just replacing the turbo. So we might do I picked up a turbo already. It's nothing special. It's a Rev 9 47 mil. So we're gonna put that on there. Should be fun. So we're gonna remove all of this hopefully today. Well, I don't know. Just got in. Let's see what happened. So we're gonna start tearing stuff apart and see what we come up with. Look like I got a leak at my half fuel cap right here. This cap is no good. I might have to replace this one. Shit. Alright guys, so I'm gonna get to this and then start removing some stuff, and I'll just show you guys what's going on. Alright guys, so it's been a little while since I give you guys an update, and I got quite some ways I'm about to show you right now. So the turbo is off, and I got the oil line off and everything that I needed to. It took me quite a while, you know, it's just tedious. Yeah, it's easy when you take the front off, but I didn't do it. Now I got some knuckle busters to show you. Bust my knuckles a couple times. Aye, no fall. Yeah, but it took me a while because some of the turbo manifold bolts I couldn't get to because this stupid turbo bracket, this one right here, turbo bracket was in the way, and the bolt on it I couldn't get it free. But you know, luckily I use a pry bar, pry it a little bit and loosen the bolt, and then I got it off. So yeah, I got the turbo off. So I'm gonna show you guys the new turbo when I'm about to reinstall everything, which is gonna be in the same video more than likely. So so yeah, I'm just giving you guys a little once over of what's done. So you know, down pipes off, and you know, all this stuff from around the turbo I got off. Coolant feed and drain, turbo oil feed line is over. It's here on the floor. This is the piece that I was telling you guys about that's no good. Yeah, I kind of patched it a little bit, you know, because I knew when I was gonna change it, I was gonna just take the turbo off because it's annoying to get to, you know what I mean? I mean, you can change it without taking out the turbo, obviously, but and another thing why I wanted to do that is because of that. Well, I'm not sure, but the turbo, it was smoking. The car was smoking. It could be the engine, who knows? But I mean, while I'm in there, I'm just gonna change the turbo because the turbo feed line was bad. So I'm assuming that the turbo got stuck, you know, starved, and because of that happened. So we don't know. Well, I'm gonna put the other turbo on and we're gonna find out if that's fixed the issue, or you know, I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully everything is good. But yeah guys, I'm about to clean up right now, and I'm gonna call it for the day, and then tomorrow or Saturday, I don't know. I got off work pretty early today, so that's why I just went and tackled this thing. I at least wanted, my goal was to tear it down, and I got that done. So all I gotta do is just reinstall everything. So I'm gonna just get all the bolts and brackets and put them in a safe place and probably label them and stuff, so whenever I'm doing it, it's much easier on me. So yeah guys, yeah, sorry I couldn't get to take the camera up, you know, a bit earlier, but this thing was like, oh man, this thing was terrible to get off. This space is so tiny. But anyway, we got it done. Alright guys, so it's the next day, we're back at it again, and the car is just like I left it. Over here, I mean, most of the stuff are no tools yet, just got off. So I got in this box right here, got the new stuff that I'm about to put on. So we'll take a look. So this is the oil feed for the turbo, and the turbo is over here. So so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull off the old turbo and take off my diverter valve, you know, stuff, because this is I forgot what this one called. So I got here, I think it's a BFG or something like that I bought from a while back. So I'm gonna take that off and put it on the new one. And yeah, so before I do that though, I just wanted to show you guys a few things. So this is how the turbo sits on the engine, right? I'm just gonna run over, you know, what I had to do to get the turbo off. So right here is the wastegate. There's a line here, you gotta unplug that. You gotta unplug the sensor right here. Of course, you gotta take off the coupler for the charge pipe, the intake, and on top of the turbo is the oil feed. The oil drain is on the bottom, which goes to this piece right here. Underneath here is a little bung under there. So there's a let me just flip this over real quick and show you guys what I'm talking about. This thing is still leaking. So this is underneath the bottom of the turbo. So if you're underneath the car and you're planning on getting, there's a screw right here, right there, if you can see it. So this is where the oil feed goes, and this is the hole that the screws goes into. So you're gonna unscrew that one screw and then you can wiggle it out from there. But yeah, so but you have to get the screw out, and then yeah, turn back the turbo over. This thing is making a mess, so I'm gonna just put it on the floors. So yeah, and on the front of the turbo is just two bungs right here. It's coolant feed and drain. So you gotta unplug those. And for the head, the exhaust, for the turbo manifold, it's up top is 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts, and under the bottom is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the bottom are 5, the top are 4. So just keep that in mind, because I missed one of the bolt down the bottom, because of course the top are 4. I'm like, okay, the bottom probably have 4, and I missed one. So you know, turbo wasn't, the manifold wasn't coming off. So just keep that in mind. The bottom got 5, the top got 4, and from there you should be able to wiggle it out. So yeah, but for the most part, you know, that's it. And another thing is that if you know how to take the front of this car off, it'll be a lot easier to do the turbo. I just didn't do it for some reason, and the last time I worked on the car, when I did the clutch, taking off the front was huge, because it's just a lot more room to work with. When I did turbo work on the Fiat, and I took the front off, and I got the turbo, I got everything taken off and put back on in half a day. So yeah, and it took me a few hours to get this off. It took me maybe 3 hours or so, because it's just tight. But I didn't want to take it off, because I mean, you have to drain the fluid and the freaking the freon and everything. So I just didn't want to do that. You gotta unbolt the headlights and everything. You just gotta, it takes 20 minutes if you know what you're doing. I mean, it's straightforward. You just the first time I did it, I just basically just pull bolts until the thing come off, and just bear in mind where you take the bolts from. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna just probably do a little cleanup before I start bolting anything back to it. And where the oil feed was at, it was leaking after I pulled the line off. So I'm just gonna get some brake cleaner and clean up the front, so I don't have a oily mess underneath. So yeah, so I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna pull this turbo off, and then we do a comparison versus the new turbo, and we talk a little bit about that. Alright guys, so I got the turbo off, and I got most of the stuff transferred. I didn't put this new one onto there yet. I'm gonna take this one off and put the other one on there. But I got out the studs, put the studs in this one, and the bolt for the exhaust, one of them snapped. So I'm not sure if I can get this one today. If not, I'm gonna have to I can still put the turbo on or whatnot, because it's just for the downpipe. So I could try to get that another day from the dealer. If I have to, I'll just grab one from the dealer. but let's just check out the turbo and see the difference. So put this closer. The turbo size, overall size, they don't look much bigger, but the difference is they lie right here. So if you come, yeah, let me see if I can get this one pointing towards you. You see how significantly bigger this one is than this? I'm just not bad. So if I hold up this, you can see the difference right there. And I think the inlet is probably the same size. It doesn't look bigger, but the wheel is definitely bigger. So yeah, let me just put this back on here. And yeah, and another thing is I'm gonna see if I can change this O-ring. Let me see if I find this thing. This is the oil drain, and there's a O-ring here. You barely can see it, and it's pretty flat. So if I can find a O-ring, I'm just gonna take this one out and replace it one time, so I don't run into an issue with this O-ring, because this one is pretty hard. So if I can find one, I'll just replace it. So I'm gonna get to that and run to the store, see what I can find, and then I'm gonna start bolting stuff back up. Hey guys, so we're here again, and it's the Mini. What do you know? So the last time you saw me, the turbo was off the car and I was on the verge of putting it on, so I had to leave, go do stuff. So I didn't get much done that day. What I did was I had to take the studs out of the turbo, the old turbo, and put the new one. Let me show you right quick. I think that's where I left off. I believe I showed you guys that already. So those studs from the manifold is off, and the ones out of the turbo is off, and I snapped one in here. This is what it looks like. So I'm gonna have to replace this one, but the other two is fine, so I'll put those in for now. I might run to the dealer and get that one stud today, so we'll see about that. Depends on how far I get. I still gotta wait on this the coupler for the turbo right here. So yeah, the inlet right here, this one, it doesn't fit anymore. It's too small, so we're gonna have to get a different one. I ordered it, but it's on back order, been on back order, and I think they sent me a text, I think it was yesterday, saying that they still didn't get it in stock yet. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might go to a store, pick up a coupler that can fit this application, and I might see if I can rig something up to have this PCV thingy slide into it, because that's the only issue. I mean, coupler is easy to come by, but to get one with a PCV outlet is just hard. So I'll see what I can do, because I don't plan on waiting on that thing forever, because I ordered it I want to say maybe over a month ago, still nothing. So I'm not gonna sit down and wait for that. So we're gonna try and see what we can do here. But for the most part, I just gotta put on the coolant line and the coolant return, the feed, and for the turbo, and the turbo is pretty much done for there. Let me just put the cap over this. So put this cap back on there. I gotta put on the charge pipe, and pretty much it. Still gotta get to the O2 sensor, but that's whatever. And my wideband, stuff like that, small stuff, nothing too serious. So I'm gonna get to it and just continue chopping away at this thing, and then see how far I can get. The dealer closed like, I think, at 4 o'clock. I still got time to run over there and see if I can get that bolt, because I should be fine, but we'll see. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna just finish up here, try to see as much as I can bolt up, and then we'll see if we can run to the dealer. Alright guys, so for the most part I'm done here. The only thing that's missing is the piece from the turbo here. Like I said, I had that one ordered and it's on back order, so I don't know. I'm gonna go to a few stores and see if I can find like a coupler. If I can find a coupler, I'll definitely try to make something work. So I'm gonna run out and see what I can do, because I would like to hear this thing run today. So what I was thinking, if I get like a 90, I'll just get a 90 and I'll just try to cut this size hole in the 90, force this down in there with some like JB well or something like that, some plastic bond, not plastic but rubber bond, whatever I gotta do to make it work. I'll just try, because I mean, like I said, that thing been on back order for over a month now, and I'm not about to wait, so I'm gonna at least give it a shot. Let's see what we can come up with. Alright guys, so a few days passed. I couldn't do nothing over the weekend because most of the shops was closed. So like I said, this pipe right here is the pipe, the only thing that's holding it back. I actually did prime the turbo, so I just pulled the coil packs off, all four, and turn it over, but the car wouldn't start because I mean obviously the coil pack was off. So after I did that and primed the turbo for like, you'll just press the button, the starting button with your foot on the clutch, and it'll just keep going. You just put your foot on the clutch for like 5 seconds. Once you lift your foot off the clutch, your car's gonna shut off. So I did that like 3 different times, 5 seconds each. And then just for a little bit more security, I came over here and I pulled off the oil feed and make sure that there was oil there, and there was very much oil there. Even right now it's still got some oil residue, which is good. So now the only problem we have is this, which bring me to this right here. So what I did was I got a piece of pipe that's specific for the turbo inlet, the same size. I measured it, and then I measured this pipe right here, and it turned out this was 2, this was 2.5. So I went to the store, I picked up a pipe that one side is 2, the other side is 2.5, and I bore a hole in here with a hole saw and kind of rim it out just a little bit, enough where I could get to force the pipe in here. So this small pipe right here, I make sure that my PCV thingy can fit inside it, and it works out perfectly fine. So what I did is, like I said, I bored a hole a little bit smaller than this diameter, and I kind of like force it in there. You want to be able to force it in because you want it to be somewhat here tight, because this is the only point that the hair is supposed to come through, and this sensor is going to read everything. So if there's more hair coming in after that sensor, you might have an issue. So I did that. It was pretty tight, but I still used some I think I had some like gasket maker or something like that, epoxy, and I put it on there and make it dry. It's pretty freaking, I'm telling you, it's solid. And I put some on the inside, just a little bit. So we're gonna try fit this pipe, and hopefully it solved my issue. Look pretty damn good too. I'm proud of it. This is like a proud moment for me, because I built this, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna put this on the car and put the PCV in, and then we'll check in back with you guys. We're gonna try to start the car and see if everything checks out fine. So just give me a second. I'm just gonna try to fight with this and then get back to you guys in a second. Alright guys, so finally got this thing on. This thing was a nightmare because I have a BF, I don't remember what the thing called. I think it's a BFG diverter valve. So it's a lot thicker than the OEM. So the space for the silicone coupler to go on to was really tight, because it's like really close to the inlet, and the stock inlet is obviously smaller, so this one is bigger, meaning that the spot got tighter. So I was just here trying to fight this thing on there, and I finally got it on, and the hose clamp would not make it on. As soon as I got this thing on here, the hose clamp gave out. So right now the hose clamp is on there, but it's not as tight as I would like it to be, because I can literally move it with my hand. And I feel like, driving the car and vibration is gonna make it fall off, and that's gonna be a nightmare if that happens. So I don't know. I'm gonna start the car and see what happens. I might change it later, but not right now, honestly. I'm kind of over this thing right now. So I'm gonna put this, let me see if I can. I'm gonna put this reservoir back together, and I'm gonna try to start the car, and let's see if everything works out fine. Oh boy, yeah. And the diverter valve, I had to like take off the diverter valve completely and sand it down. Like I used the angle grinder and like chop a few inches off of it so the thing could clear. So Just bear that in mind. If you have a aftermarket diverter valve, you might have to modify it to get the 47mm turbo to work. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so I'm gonna start this thing up and let's see what happens. Yeah, I mean it's new. Okay guys, so the car start up, it's gonna smoke for a bit because it's a new turbo, so it's gonna burn off all the oil and stuff that was on it. So let's watch it and see what happens. But it's gonna smoke, smoking like crazy right now though. Yeah, brand new turbo, so it's gonna smoke. Amount of smoke there. I hear something hissing. Yeah, something is hissing, so I gotta figure out where that leak is coming from. Oh shoot, I find out where this is from. Oh yeah, I took this line off, so I just put it back on. Should be good now. So we're gonna let it just run and warm up and see. Alright guys, so the car been running for a while. It seems fine. Just gonna give it a touch, I guess, and see. The AFR is not too bad. It's reading about the same thing at idle. Back to like 14 and stuff, so it should be good. I like to take it for a drive, but I'm just gonna let it idle, make sure everything checks out fine. Yeah, the oil feed was leaking a little bit because it wasn't tightened all the way down. I got that thing tight, so it should be good now. So I'm gonna let it run, but I want to take it out on the street. But I'm kind of concerned about this intake pipe. But when the turbo get warm, it should like hold it tighter. So let's just hope that happens. Alright guys, so I'll see you guys in a second when I'm about to take it out. Alright guys, so we're about to take the car for a test drive right now. I'm not gonna do nothing too crazy because I mean obviously the car needs a tune for the turbo, but it shouldn't be nothing, you know, crazy if I drive it or whatever. Because the AFR good, even when I ooh, this shit's smoking. Yeah, and the car smokes. So I thought it was the turbo was the issue. I guess not, it still smokes. So yeah. It smokes like when you put it when it's idling and it sits for a while, and then when you take off that first rev it smokes. So I'm guessing the valve stem seals are bad or something like that. So well, just another thing to add to the list. And we can find it on this thing too. Okay, so let's give it a little drive. Definitely, you definitely hear the turbo spool a lot louder. You heard that whistle, that windy sound, right? Gotta keep our eyes on that. it sounds a lot different. The whole characteristics of the car is different, so hopefully when I get the car tuned, it should be a lot quicker, you know. I mean, right now it feels faster. Like I guess I could beat on it like this. I mean, it goes all the way back down to like 11. Whenever I step on it, the AFR gauge goes to like 11, so it should be good. It pulls good, and the sound of the turbo is way different. Like, there's a lot more turbo sound, which I like. So
It smells burny.
yeah, because I mean, like I said, everything is cool, so it's gonna have a smell. And I don't see the deal. A lot of people who put this turbo on their car saying that the car take a lot longer to spool, but I mean, I don't see no issue right here. Making moves already. So the turbo is not a lot bigger. It's just the inlet is bigger in my opinion. So hopefully when I get it tuned, this thing's lift up. You know what I mean? Because we have a Subaru. We gotta slap up a Subaru real quick. You know what I mean?
Huh.
Yeah. If somebody would bring it out. With a spanking on it. Hey guys, so I'm gonna head back home and then we'll see what's there. I'm gonna open it and see if everything is intact, and then from there that should be it. So I'll catch you guys when I get home. Alright guys, so we just got back and everything checked out fine, so I'm gonna just drive the car for a little bit and I'm gonna try and see how soon I can get it tuned, and hopefully we can see a big difference from that, because it feels really good though. It feels really good, and I just like the way of the turbo spool. This thing sounds gnarly, so it should be a nice little upgrade, you know. Be on the highway, gotta catch up with the big boys now, because everybody is big turbo and stuff, you know. The Mini is already a small displacement motor, so you gotta be doing something, because you gotta be paying catch up. This is a beast right here. This thing makes some jam, so yeah, it's hard to catch up, man. You gotta try, you gotta do something. Car's dirty as hell. It's been sitting for so long. I gotta clean this thing, so you know, I might just give it a oil change and clean this thing up, and that should be it for a while. I know the car smoke a little bit, but I'm planning on doing like a forged bottom end. I don't know if I want to go closed deck or not, but that's not right now. So that's just the next phase of this car, because right now everything on it, like the looks of the car, I'm fine with. You know, I want to do a little bit more cosmetic, like some side skirts extension. I have, like, I'm kind of iffy if I want to do the diffuser. It's like everybody doing it. It's like, though, I mean, for this car, honestly, the JCW kit is one of the best looking kit. The Liberty Walk kit is pretty good too, but I ain't spending that kind of money. But yeah, so for right now, I'm just gonna leave it nice and low key and have some fun with it, and until it blow up, I guess. You know, something goes wrong, that's when we take a step. But other than that, I'm just gonna enjoy the car. And another thing is the Fiat. I'm planning on getting rid of the Fiat, so I don't know if one of y'all want it, let me know. But I listed it for sale, so I'm just trying to see how much bite I get, because I'm trying to get something else. So yeah, so that's about it. That's all the updates I got today. So I'm gonna just get this video, hit it and put it up for you guys. So alright guys, thanks for watching.